the so-called king of beers and its affiliated brands. They're clearly the king of the American beer market, famous for their entertaining ads.
It's the sure sign of a good time.
Anheuser-Busch, brewer of Budweiser, Michelob, and so many other beers, sells nearly half the beer purchased in America. And according to a newly filed series of lawsuits, it's ripping off customers.
The lawsuits allege that Anheuser-Busch adds water to their beers, waters it down, and mislabels the stated alcohol content on the labels of the cans and beers of the beer they sell.
Robert Mills represents dozens of customers suing Anheuser-Busch for more than $5 million. Their complaint says the real alcohol content in Budweiser, Michelob, and other Anheuser-Busch beers is less than the 5% mark on the label, and that's a big money saver. Quote, by doing so, AB is able to produce a significantly higher number of units of beer from the same starting batch of ingredients. Even the plaintiff's lawyers admit taste isn't the issue as far as they're concerned. They say many beer consumers place a premium on alcohol content and simply think it's important to get an accurate reading from the label. The attorneys bringing the lawsuit said their clients weren't available to speak to us on camera. They could not give us physical proof of the alleged watering down. But they say the process is systematic and sophisticated. They say they found out about it from people who worked at Anheuser-Busch.
People that calibrate the instruments, the people who are in charge in these breweries of handling these issues have told us this is what's happening.
Mills says those people will testify and says he'll get documents from the company. Contacted by CNN, Anheuser-Busch rejected the allegations in a statement saying the claims against Anheuser-Busch are completely false and these lawsuits are groundless. Our beers are in full compliance with all alcohol labeling laws. We proudly adhere to the highest standards in brewing our beers. I asked Greg Engert, who procures beers for several restaurants and bars in Washington, about macro brewers' practices.
Larger brew houses, it is somewhat commonplace to quote-unquote dilute the beer. However, what they're doing is, take it for example, if you had 1,000 barrels of beer, which is like 2,000 kegs worth of beer, and you brew that to say 6.5%, 7%, and then you cut it with some water before bottling, you could bring it down to somewhere between 4 and 5%.
And that doesn't mean you're mislabeling it.
Not at all. And then you get it down to the level you want, right. Exactly, and then you label it that way.